Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mohammad Sohail and today we are going to start new topic that is integumentary system. So without any further delay, let's begin with our today's session. First of all, coming to the introduction of integumentary system. So the integumentary system is composed of the skin, hair, oil and sweat glands, nails and sensory receptor. Integumentary system helps maintain a constant body temperature, protect the body, and provide sensory information about the surrounding environment. So this is the basic behind integumentary system. As you see, this is the structure of skin. Now what is the structure of skin? The skin, also known as the cutaneous membrane or integument, covers the external surface of the body and it is the largest organ of the body in both surface area and weight. Structurally, skin consists of two main parts. The superficial thinner portion which is composed of epithelial tissue which is called epidermis and the deeper thicker connective tissue portion which is called dermis. Now coming to the epidermis. Epidermis is composed of keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. It contains four principal types of cell like keratinocytes, melanocyte, Langerhans cells and Merkel cells. About 90% of epidermal cells are keratinocytes, which are arranged in 4 or 5 layers and produce the protein keratin. Keratin is a tough, fibrous protein that helps protect the skin and underlying tissue from heat, microbes, and chemicals. About 8% of the epidermal cells are melanocytes, which produce the pigment melanin. Their long slender projections extend between the keratinocytes and transfer melanin granules to them. Melanin is a yellow, red, or brown black pigment that contributes to skin color and absorb damaging ultraviolet that is UV light. So this is the structure of keratinocytes and melanocytes. Basically, Langerhans cells arise from red bone marrow and migrate to the epidermis, where they constitute a small fraction of the epidermal cells. They participate in immune response mounted against microbes that invade the skin and are easily damaged by UV light. Their role in the immune response is to help other cells of the immune system recognize in invading microbe and destroy it. Merkel cells are the least numerous of the epidermal cells. They are located in the deepest layer of the epidermis where they contact the flattened process of a sensory neuron, that is nerve cell, a structure called a marker, that is tactile disc. Marker cells and their associated Merkel disc detect touch sensation. You can see the diagram of Langerhans cells and Merkel cells on this slide. In most regions of the body, the epidermis has four strata or layers, that is stratum basale, stratum spinosum, stratum granulosum, and a thin stratum corneum. Let's discuss one by one. First, stratum basal. The deepest layer of the epidermis is the stratum basal, composed of a single row of cuboidal or columnar keratinocytes. Stratum spinosum. Superficial to the stratum basal is the stratum spinosum, arranged in 8 to 10 layers of many-sided keratinocytes fitting closely together. Then third, stratum granulosum. At about the middle of the epidermis, the stratum granulosum consists of 3 to 5 layers of flattened keratinocytes. Then fourth, stratum lucidum. The stratum lucidum is present only in the thick skin of areas such as the fingertips, palms and soles. Then fifth, stratum corneum. The stratum corneum consists on average of 25 to 30 layers of flattened dead keratinocytes. So this is all about the first layer, that is epidermis. Now coming to the second layer, that is dermis. The second deeper part of the skin, the dermis, is composed of a strong connective tissue containing collagen and elastic fibers. The dermis also has the ability to stretch and recoil easily. Leather, which we use for belts, shoes, baseball gloves, and basketballs, is the dried and treated dermis of the other animals. Based on its tissue structure, the dermis can be divided into a superficial papillary region and a deeper reticular region. The papillary region makes up about one-fifth of the thickness of the total layer. It consists of areolar connective tissue containing thin collagen and fine elastic fiber. The reticular region, which is attached to the subcutaneous layer, consists of dense irregular connective tissue containing fibroblast, bundles of collagen, and some coarse elastic fibers. The combination of collagen and elastic fiber in the reticular region provide the skin with strength, extensibility, that is ability to stretch, and elasticity, that is ability to return to original shape after stretching. Now coming to the second from integumentary system is hair. Hairs or pili are present in most skin surfaces except the palmar surfaces of the fingers, the soles, and the plantar surfaces of the feet, although the protection it offers is limited. Hair on the head guard the scalp from injury and the sun's rays. It is decrease heat loss from the scalp. Eyebrows and eyelashes protect the eyes from foreign particles, as does hair in the nostrils and in the external ear canal. Now coming to the anatomy of hair. The shaft is the superficial portion of the hair which project above the surface of the skin. The root is the portion of the hair deep to the shaft that penetrate into the dermis and sometime into the subcutaneous layer. The shaft and root of the hair both consist of three concentric layers of cells, that is medulla, cortex, and cuticle of the hair. Cuticle of the hair is the outermost layer, consists of a single layer of thin flat cells that are most heavily keratinized. Surrounding the root of the hair is the hair follicle, which is made up of an external root sheet and an internal root sheet, together referred to as an epithelial root sheet. The dense dermis surrounding the hair follicle is called the dermal root sheet. The base of each hair follicle and its surrounding dermal root sheet is an onion shaped structure, that is the bulb. Now coming to nails. Nails are the plates of tightly packed hard dead keratinized epidermal cells that form a clear solid covering over the dorsal surfaces of the distal portion of the digits. Each nail consists of a nail body, a free edge, and a nail root. The nail body, that is plate, is the visible portion of the nail. The free edge is the part of the nail body that may extend past the distal end of the digit. The free edge is white because there are no underlying capillaries. The nail root is the portion of the nail that is buried in a fold of skin. The whitish crescent shaped area of the proximal end of the nail body is called the lunula. The proximal portion of the epithelium deep to the nail root is the nail matrix, where cells divided by mitosis to produce growth. You can see the structure of nails in this slide. Now coming to the skin glands. There are two types of skin glands are present, that is sebaceous, that is oil gland, and sudoriferous, that is sweat gland. Let's discuss one by one. First one is sebaceous gland, which is also called as oil gland. Sebaceous gland or oil gland are simple branch acinar glands. They are connected to hair follicles. The excreting portion of a sebaceous gland lies in the dermis and usually opens into the neck of hair follicle. Sebaceous gland secrete an oily substance called sebum, a mixture of triglyceride, cholesterol, protein, and inorganic salts. Sebum coats the surface of hair and helps keep them from drying and becoming brittle. Sebum also prevent excessive evaporation of water from the skin and keep the skin soft. Then second gland is sudoriferous gland. There are 3 or to 4 million sweat glands or sudoriferous gland. The cells of this gland release sweat or perspiration into hair follicles or onto the skin surface through pores. Sweat glands are divided into two main types, that is eccrine and apocrine, based on their structure, location and type of secretion. Eccrine sweat glands, also known as merocrine sweat glands, are simple coiled tubular glands that are much more common than apocrine sweat glands. They are distributed throughout the skin of most regions of the body, especially in the skin of the forehead, palm, and soles. Eccrine sweat glands are not present, however, in the margins of the lips, nail beds of the finger and toes, and eardrums. The secretory portion of eccrine sweat gland is located mostly in the deep dermis, sometime in the upper subcutaneous layer. Apocrine sweat glands are also simple coiled tubular glands. Eccrine sweat glands start to function soon after birth, but apocrine sweat glands do not begin to function until puberty. Apocrine glands contain the same components as eccrine sweat plus lipids and protein. Now coming to third, ceruminous gland, modified sweat gland in the external ear called ceruminous glands that produce a waxy lubricating secretion. The combined secretion of the ceruminous and sebaceous gland is a yellowish material called cerumen or earwax. Cerumen also waterproofs the canal and prevents bacteria and fungi from entering the cell. Now coming to the functions of skin. First, thermoregulation. Second, blood reservoir. Third, protection from external dust or sunlight. Fourth, cutaneous sensation. Fifth, excretion. And last is synthesis of vitamin D. So these are the functions of skin.